You can pass with a D. There's a reason why F means fail and D doesn't. Welcome to Couch Football. Here with Luke and Ryan, and the divisional round has come to a close. And our Chicago Bears are no longer in the race, and our lives have no meaning.
Yeah. Do you want to still do this, or should we just pack up, go?
I'm thinking about it.
Our team's out of here, so should we be out of here?
I'm thinking about it. You know, to be fair, I haven't had hope in many a seasons, and then this miraculous season came about, and now it's over. And I hate everything.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely some things to hate. The game, not just the Bears-Rams.
The sport.
Yeah, you know, the officiating is probably the thing you want to hate the most right now.
Oh, I already went on a tear on that on Reacts. So
yeah.
We're all good there.
Across all the games. So, you know, it was what it was. I think the biggest thing is Bo Nix being out for the game this week is going to be kind of a big deal.
Catastrophic, some would say.
But that's probably the biggest reaction I had from this weekend.
Yeah. We're also going to do some NFL news. We are going to do a rookie report card and talk about the rookies this last year, and then we are going to preview both of the conference championship games, and then we're going to finish up with the props department. Yeah, so we were just talking some reactions and to last week, and if you want to check out our in-depth reactions, it's on YouTube. Couch Reacts. We release that weekly right now. And yeah, so like Ryan was saying, Bo Nix is going to be out, and the Bills kind of got robbed, in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinion. And we haven't dropped our Bears-Rams reactions yet. That is probably going to come at some point in the next few days, I would guess. And it's also going to be kind of a summary to the Bears season as a whole from the fans' perspective. So yeah, we'll have that come out. Ryan, we have a double big man shout out.
Are you a big man? Huh? I'm talking to you.
What do you mean double big?
Two big men highlights that happened in the same game this last week.
Was it the same guy?
No, it was not. It was actually one on each team. We've got the Broncos offensive tackle Frank Crum. He had a 7-yard touchdown reception, eligible receiver on a little dump off trick play. And then for the Bills defensive tackle Deion Walker picked off Bo Nix, got his big old mitts up there and picked him off. 6'7", 331 pounds.
Man, that's a lot. That's a lot of muscle.
So, yeah. If you want to check out our divisional reactions, like I said, once again, it's on YouTube. Check that out. It happens every week right now. And we had Cole on to talk about the 49ers demise, and then we neglected to give our take on the Bears demise. So, very one-way street for us.
Yeah. For sure, but you know, we're both feeling the same feelings. Our team's out, and you're kind of just saddened by the whole thing, and you're
at least
mulling over plays in your mind, saying, "Oh, they could have done this better. They could have done that better," and it's just not a good spot to be in. So you got to move past it.
Hey, at least the Bears made it to the dance. Now we get to be the people watching the Super Bowl that are going, "Oh, Bears should be in this game. We should be in this game." Dude, perfect reference.
If there was only adequate refereeing, maybe. Although on some of it, they did not call the Bears, so I don't know. It was a good
The Bills got screwed the hardest by the officials. Okay, let's check in on the news team.
News team, assemble!
Okay, so big injury news for one of the teams that's still contending. Zach Charbonnet tore his ACL. He's out for the remainder of the season. Not sure where he'll be at when it comes to starting the 2026 season. So Kenneth Walker about to get the full workload, and what did he do with his first sample size? Scored 3 touchdowns. So I think things are looking good for Ken Walker if you were a DFS player.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got various coaching change-ups, hirings, maybe a couple more firings. The most recent hirings, and we only ever reacted to Harbaugh. for the Giants. But Harbaugh to the Giants, Kevin Stefanski going to the Falcons, Jeff Hafley, Packers' old D coordinator, is going to be the head coach for Miami. Robert Saleh is going to be head coach for the Titans. And then just today, Jesse Minter is going to be the Ravens head coach. And he was
the Chargers defensive coordinator.
He was, but he also started his career coaching under John Harbaugh. So they fired John Harbaugh and then went over to a team that is coached by Jim Harbaugh and grabbed the guy that used to be on their staff.
I mean, the Chargers were top 15, top 10 maybe in defense.
It's a good defense, but why replace John Harbaugh with a disciple of John Harbaugh?
I don't know. It's the firing made no sense to me initially, so hiring his quote-unquote protege doesn't make sense either. So
yeah, that was an odd one. Solid of the Titans I like. We all knew that he was going to get a second chance at head coaching. The Jets, I don't know how much of the Jets' demise I really put on Saleh because the Jets are just
they're just bad.
I used to say this about the Bears, but the Jets have taken the title when it comes to just a horribly ran organization, just horribly mismanaged. And it's hard to blame any player or coach on the Jets because their ownership is just horrible. Jeff Hafley to the Dolphins, that's an interesting one, considering that they're either going to be, maybe, do they now go after a QB in free agency? Because if you're going to go with a defensive-minded head coach, are you going to draft a QB? Are you going to roll with Quinn Ewers, or are you going to go sign a veteran?
See who's available. Mac Jones. He's probably the best free QB this offseason.
Malik Willis. It's Malik Willis.
Are you sure about that?
I'd take Malik Willis.
Okay, why?
Because he's awesome.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do.
I'm just wondering if there's any other reasons you'd rather take Malik Willis over
Here's
Jones.
The thing about Mac Jones, Ryan. Mac Jones looked good for the Niners, but so does every quarterback that's ever started for the Niners under Shanahan, not named... What's his name for the Chargers now?
Alex Smith.
That was not with Shanahan. That was a long time before Shanahan. This is driving me crazy. Trey Lance. Trey Lance is the only Shanahan QB that did not perform well under him for the Niners. Go back to frickin' Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins threw 3 touchdowns in his debut for Shanahan. So I think Mac Jones might be fool's gold. Fool's gold. That's where I'm at.
He was already cut off a team, so you might be right. But Dolphins.
So is Malik Willis. It's just Malik Willis went from a garbage organization to a well-run organization, and now, there are Packers fans that were calling for him to start over Jordan Love for some games.
Could be an option, but right now it's a QB battle between Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers. So.
Yeah. As Bears fans, it hurt to see and it was inevitable, some of the Bears assistant coaches, some of their coaching staff is getting poached by other teams. Pretty much expected it to happen because anytime you go from worst to first, usually you're going to lose some key pieces. So far, only Eric Bieniemy has left. Eric Bieniemy, which I knew if the Bears had if they had any success, I knew that he was going to be gone. They got him to be their running backs coach, which is kind of crazy because the guy went from being offensive coordinator for the Chiefs when Mahomes was having some of his best seasons, and then he went to Washington and struggled mightily there, and then went to UCLA, and then when it came time to make an NFL comeback, Ben Johnson got him to be a running backs coach. And he's a good running backs coach. Swift and Monangai, he gave Swift his best year as a pro, and then he got Monangai's feet wet in the league, and they both were performing well. So he's going back to the Chiefs to be their offensive coordinator. A couple of different things with this. So a lot of people very hopeful for Patrick Mahomes now to turn the ship around, and then a lot of people speculating that Travis Kelce is going to return this year and not retire now. So a couple of things to unpack there. And we'll just see what all happens with that. And then also with the Bears, Al Harris, their DB's coach, he is potentially going to leave to be the defensive coordinator of either the Packers or Washington. I think he interviewed with the Packers today, so we'll see what happens there. He used to play for the Packers. So, and then the Cowboys are working to finalize a deal with Christian Parker to become their defensive coordinator. Obviously, they fired Matt Eberflus. There was talk about the Packers hiring Eberflus to be their DC, and there were Bears fans that were like, yes, please do that. So
we are fine with this.
Somebody online, I was reading some stuff about it, and somebody said, shouldn't they go get Eberflus? They were like, I mean, he probably knows the most about Caleb Williams from a defensive perspective, considering he coached him. And there were people that were like, when the Bears played the Cowboys in week 3, Caleb Williams threw 4 touchdowns and torched them. And then there were Bears fans replying to those people that were like, that didn't happen. No, go hire him, Packers.
You are misremembering.
Yeah, no. Eberflus probably knew the least amount about Caleb Williams than any coach in the NFL did. Showing how he managed him throughout the rookie year. Yeah. So assistant coaches, head coaches flying off the board. We did touch on Couch Reacts. We touched a little bit about the McDermott firing. And
that happened on Monday.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about the McDermott firing. And Ryan, are you a subscriber to the people that are saying John Harbaugh should have waited to sign with the Giants because now he's blown an opportunity to coach Josh Allen?
Yeah, I mean, the Bills are probably the best team available for a head coaching position now.
Yeah.
So, looking back on things, probably should have waited, but I don't understand why they fired Sean McDermott. The Bills...
Scapegoat move, but...
He's had a winning season 8 of the 9 years he's head coached for them, and he's made it to the playoffs.
He made it to the playoffs with Tyrod Taylor playing quarterback.
Yeah, he's made it to the divisional round 6 out of 8 times. So it makes no sense to me. But
yeah,
he'll get picked up by someone else for sure.
At this point, I don't know who is going to fill that Bills position because, Harbaugh was probably the top prospect. Like I said last week, I don't really think Tomlin's going to be a coach this year. I think Tomlin's going to take the year off. That's just the vibe I've been getting from him. It doesn't sound like he's been really pursuing offers or anything.
McDaniels isn't going to do it.
Yeah, McDaniels was hired to be OC, and it was not to the Lions. Mm-hmm. Because the Lions hired, I can't even remember who the Lions hired. I'm going to look it up. Drew Petzing, right?
Sure.
Drew Petzing.
I have no idea who this person is.
He was the Cardinals offensive coordinator this last season. So that makes a lot of Lions player managers in Dynasty football nervous. A lot of Amon-Ra St. Brown managers are freaking out.
Hey, sometimes you just got to share the ball. Pass it around.
Maybe.
Hey.
It might be a good move for Jahmyr Gibbs, and it won't be a good move for anyone else. So... I didn't say who Mike McDaniel was hired by, did I?
The Chargers.
Yeah. But I don't think I mentioned. I think I just said he's not going to Lions because a lot of Lions fans were wanting him. So, Yep. What else? Any other coaching moves?
I mean, that's all I had. There were a lot, so one could have slipped through the cracks, but these are the most notable for sure.
Yeah, Brian Flores, he signed an extension with the Vikings, but it's
contingent upon playoff appearances.
Yeah. Well, no, it's contingent on whether or not he'll get a head coaching job. If he gets a head coaching job, it voids the extension. So, kind of an interesting move. Raheem Morris might potentially go be the defensive coordinator of the Packers also. They're pretty wide in their search. And then another rumor I heard was Mike McCarthy potentially going to the Steelers. Can you imagine if Mike McCarthy went to the Steelers and they keep Aaron Rodgers?
Be a little weird.
That'd be funny.
A little weird.
They would need to start a soap opera called Days of Our Steelers. Okay. I think that's it for news. That was mostly coaching news, but okay, let's go to the rookie report cards. Okay, so the rookie report cards. So we're going to be giving grades, letter grades, to the rookies of the 2025 draft class. So a couple of the different variables that we're going to be going off of, or a couple different metrics, I guess. So performance is the number one. The draft location is number two. So value, we're taking value into account. And then upside/growth. So players that maybe late round players that maybe didn't get to see the field a lot, but when they did see the field, they were performing well. And if that gives us hope for the future, that will impact the grade. So let's jump into let's jump into the draft. Let's just start right off how it all started. Number one overall, Cam Ward.
Old Cam Ward.
Quarterback from Miami. How'd he do, Ryan?
Well, Cam Ward went to the Tennessee Titans, and he didn't tear it up, but he had a decent season for a rookie QB on a bad team. Threw 15 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and had above 50% completion percentage and 3,000 yards. So I think he had a decent season. Being the first overall pick, it's kind of hard to place because he did decent, but he's on a bad team. So I would say Cam Ward is probably sitting about a B minus.
Yeah, I've got him as a B minus. And I'll say, for me, a good amount of it was the upside potential. And I feel like first overall, you're always going to give a little bit of grace too, right?
Yeah, and he didn't have a bad season, so he gets more than just a passing grade.
Yeah. Let's do second overall, Travis Hunter. This one hurts a little bit. Literally.
Yeah, he got hurt, so it's tough to evaluate. So I would just give him a C, give him a passing grade, just because you didn't have the chance to see a lot of his potential when the Jags turned it up and made the playoffs. So I think he deserves a C. You could argue for more if you wanted.
I give him a B minus, and it's kind of like Cam Ward. There's so much potential there. He's a two-way player, and the thing that hurt the most about his injury was the week prior was his best week as a pro, in the receiving category at least. He had a great game. He had the best game of his career, and then he had his injury in practice, and he was out for the remainder of the season. So, Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah, Gianti is
Sixth overall,
the best running back, quote unquote, in the draft. Almost 1,000 yards. He was 25 short and 975 on a lot of attempts, 266. So
10 touchdowns though. Five receiving, 5 rushing.
I drafted him in fantasy, so I'm a little biased, but I think he just gets a passing grade. I give him a C, maybe a C plus. You put him in there, and he did what a running back should do. Not really impressive in terms of yards per carry, but the whole offense in general wasn't that impressive this year. So I could be moved to a C plus.
I give him a D plus.
Ooh.
And I would give him some grace, but he got a lot of opportunity and didn't capitalize on a lot of it. Now, some of it might be coaching. What was it? It was their OC, Chip Kelly, before he got fired, trying to tell Jeanty that he needs to have a different stance for some reason. And then once he stopped using that stance, all of a sudden he started playing better. So maybe if he would have started the season out playing the way that he's comfortable, what I'm saying is it might be coaching that caused the problems. So we'll see. I mean, the upside's there. So at 8th overall, we've got the betting favorite to win Rookie of the Year, to win it all at the NFL Honors. We've got Teteroa McMillan, Carolina receiver.
Which is impressive because it's a Carolina receiver with Bryce Young throwing to him, which he eclipsed 1,000 yards receiving this year.
Bryce Young can't even see him when he's throwing the ball to him. He just chucks it somewhere, and McMillan plucks it out of the air.
So I mean, looking at all the offensive players in this draft, I mean, Ted McMillan is, you could argue, is the best player to come out of this draft right now. So I would give McMillan, Oh, dare I go A?
He's an A plus for me.
Dare I go A?
He's an A plus.
A,
He's a
A
home
minus?
He's a home run draft pick.
So he has looked real well. I think I'm gonna settle on A minus.
Dude, you put him on the Bills. Think about what he could have done.
Keon Coleman, what, last year, 2 years ago? Yeah.
Yeah, McMillan would have been way better than that.
Sometimes receivers are a crapshoot. I mean, Bears tried it, 5 years ago?
Are you gonna mention Kevin White?
Yep.
That was like 10 years ago, but
Was that 10 years ago?
that was like 2014.
Oh, yeah. That's bad.
Yeah.
Anywho.
He who must not be named. He was injured all the time. That was the problem there. Colson Loveland, 10th overall, man after our own hearts.
Because he went to the Chicago Bears.
That's right. So the Bears criticized for this pick over Tyler Warren, but they ended pretty similarly stat-wise, and
Well, criticized by me for drafting a tight end.
that is true. And the Bears love their tight ends.
Yeah. Colson Loveland had a pretty good season in terms of rookie tight ends. Him and Warren were neck and neck, and we all know Warren did well on the Colts. So I think Loveland we'll give him a solid B from me.
Okay. And if you haven't caught on by now, we are pretty much only doing offensive players. Just putting that out there so that people know. I forgot to mention that at the top of this. Loveland, I give him a B+, and it's not just because I'm a Bears fan. It is when the lights were the brightest in the playoffs, he tore it up. There was nobody in the wild card that had more receiving yards than him. And Ryan, surprisingly, after the divisional round, there was still nobody that had more yards than him in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So he tore it up when the lights were brightest. He was a huge safety valve for Caleb Williams anytime it was fourth down, because the Bears are always going to go for it on fourth down. But pretty much anytime it was 4th and 5, you knew Caleb was looking Loveland's way, and they connected quite a few on those. So he's a QB's best friend. He's an underrated blocker, I'd say. And he gets a B+ from me almost solely on upside, because between him and Cole Kmet, it was he wasn't getting as many opportunities as you would like to see a rookie tight end that went in the first round get. But towards the end of the season, you saw the usage, and it makes you very hopeful for next season. And now, there are fantasy football players that are talking about where are they going to draft Loveland. Potentially, there are people that are going to draft Loveland over Brock Bowers because Brock Bowers is going to have a rookie QB. So, big fan of Loveland.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Next tight end, 14th overall, Tyler Warren for the Colts.
Tyler Warren, he had a similar season to Loveland, kind of a similar situation. They have Michael Pittman on the Colts as their number one receiver, but he kind of regressed this year a little bit, and they have a interesting QB situation. So I think Warren, same grade, give him a B. He had a similar stat line to Loveland.
I go B. I go B flat, but it's also
B minor.
he got a raw deal. They lost their quarterback, and that's never good for pass catching stats. So, Okay, this one hurts. This one hurts to point out. Buccaneers wide receiver, 19th overall, Egbuka. So, start of the season, we all thought he was going to be Rookie of the Year.
He was on pace at least, and then everybody got healthy, or?
Nope, that wasn't it. That wasn't what
okay.
caused it. Just a complete fall. He got injured at one point, and then he came back from the injury, and things just weren't really the same after that. Still ended with 938 yards and 6 touchdowns, but this was a guy that we were talking A+ all the way first 6-7 weeks of the season, and now I gotta go with a B-, I think. It's just the production just wasn't there in the back half, and I don't think it's his fault. I think that there's a lot of upside there, but I got to see them come out next season. I got to see them come out of the gates swinging with him.
Yeah, B- sounds about right to me.
Okay, Omarion Hampton, 22 overall, Chargers running back. 545 yards and 4 touchdowns. Not what you like to see out of a second-round fantasy football draft pick.
Yeah, but first overall in the draft. Hampton, for me, and looking at running backs, Hampton was the best running back during the season in this draft for the games that he played.
Just on averages?
Just on averages. And I think they might have found someone special if he would have played the whole season. So I give Hampton a B+.
Yeah. Well, the injury scared me. Or the injury scares me, and it did. He's a little undersized, and it kind of brings up questions of durability for me, and that's what factors into me giving him a B-.
Okay.
But I do trust Jim Harbaugh with how he develops running backs, so hopefully they get that correct. He'll be in a timeshare, that's for sure. So he was losing carries to Najee Harris early this season. Matthew Golden, 23rd overall, went to the Packers.
Matthew Golden, D or D+. I'll go with a D.
Yeah, I will also go with a D. And I don't think we need to elaborate on this one.
No, he just wasn't utilized in the offense.
Yeah, not even number
4 being a first round pick.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but was he the 4th best pass catcher on the Packers? Tucker Kraft was better. Christian Watson was better.
Depending if you include Kraft, but yes.
Dobbs and Jaden Reed probably better. Okay, Jackson Dart.
Dart, QB for the New York Giants.
25th overall.
He
not bad stats, to be honest.
By the stats, he might be the best QB, and I think is he the front runner for Rookie of the Year?
No, Ted McMillan.
Is it Ted?
Yeah.
I know that Dart is at least on the card.
He's number 2.
So Jackson Dart, he 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 200. What is that? 2,272 yards passing.
487 yards rushing.
I mean, he ran a lot. I would give him a C+. I think it's just passing here. Yeah, you had key players on offense get hurt, and
You're a tough grader, man.
I mean, hey, if you want a QB who had a decent season,
I give him a B+ on. Now he's got to take care of himself. Stop taking stupid hits. 9 rushing touchdowns.
He is the
9.
The Josh Allen of the Giants.
Yeah, but 9 rushing touchdowns, 487 rushing yards. Like, we're talking just rushing upside is what you're hopeful for, and then you just. I mean, it's the same. You know what it is? It's the same thing that happened with Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. The rushing upside is there. He can make dynamic plays, and you're just hoping that down the road he will develop his passing. And Malik Neighbors coming back next season, probably going to help him with that. And John Harbaugh coming to the team, that should help him too. So I go B+ here. All right, let's get into the second round. We will elaborate less and less, by the way, as we go. Quinshon Judkins went 36th overall.
No Jaden Higgins.
I guess you want to do Jaden Higgins? I'll do Jaden Higgins. C.
Yep, as well. Jaden Higgins went to the Texans. Wide receiver. Yeah, moving on.
Yeah, let's go with Judkins.
Judkins, second round pick. Did he start the season or was he down a couple games?
Contract dispute was happening.
So he came in and did really well for the Browns, and they did draft 2 running backs, and Judkins looked better. I give Judkins a B-.
Yeah, I give him a C. He has to come back from pretty brutal injury, so that dinged him pretty good on the upside potential. When he was getting the ball, he was producing pretty well, so hopefully he will be able to return to form when he comes back. Travion Henderson went to the Patriots at 38th overall.
And he did real well at the Patriots. A lot of attempts, mild attempts. He 180 attempts, 911 yards though. So very good yards per carry. I give him, for drafting him in the second round, I give him a B+ for this. Again.
So Henderson is super talented, and I'm going to give him a B. with an extra voice crack there. I'm gonna give him a B because when he was getting the ball, he looked awesome, and when Ramondre was out, he looked awesome. So I think it's just a matter of opportunity. And I don't understand. Even here in the playoffs, Ramondre is getting more snaps than Henderson. I don't understand it because Henderson looks like the better back. So I give him a B, and hopefully he gets more opportunities later on. All right, Luther Burden for the Bears. Another man after my own heart. So only got to start 6 games, but 652 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, this definitely above passing, so we're in the B range here. I don't think he outperformed where he was drafted, so we're not A. So I'm thinking a B- would be a safe call.
Yeah, that's where I've got him. I went B-, and what's really helping him was value, because on draft night, he was supposed to go in the first round, and he slides into the second. So I gotta give him some extra points when it comes to value. So B- I thought was really fair. All right, very next pick, 40th overall. Ryan, man after Ryan's own heart. This guy, 25-year-old rookie. He is old as crap. I didn't even realize that.
No, Vele's older. He was like a 26-year-old rookie.
Still, man, a 25-year-old rookie is ancient. So, Shuck, Ryan, take it away with Shuck.
Tyler Shuck got drafted 40th overall to the New Orleans Saints, and he has been the best quarterback in this draft looking at games played. He has the highest yards average in every game at
What about the touchdown-interception ratio?
Hey, we don't look at everything here. We look at some things.
10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions.
Shuck had to come in midway through the game for his first game. We at least threw one of those interceptions, but he's thrown the most.
All right.
Shuck gets an A-.
Shuck gets a C.
Shuck gets an A-.
Shuck could very well not be the quarterback of the Saints come midseason next year.
Hey, it could happen, but a lot of potential there. And
I'll say he had some good highlight throws. I watched some good highlight throws that he made, and I was like, you know what? There's some potential there for sure. But 10 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, you got to clean that up.
Yeah, but he threw for the most yards coming in halfway through the season and not having first-team reps.
What was his completion percentage? I don't have that here.
It's tough to evaluate what I'm looking at, but somewhere around 65.
Really? It looks like less from what I'm going off of.
If you want the actual completion percentage, I will get it for you, but it will take a second.
All right, here, let me find it. Hang on, I got it.
Do you, though?
67.6.
Yeah.
Around
65.
Yeah. That's
within 2%. I think that's pretty good.
It's better than I thought. Okay. Going all the way down to round 2, pick 55.
Oh.
Want to shout this one out because Ryan forgot this player even existed. But we all thought he was maybe going to have a big impact. We all thought he might be a sleeper pick in fantasy drafts, and the world forgot about Keenan Allen. We're going with Trey Harris for the Chargers. Rookie receiver. Ended up getting drafted in like the 10th, 11th, 12th round of a lot of fantasy drafts. What did he do for that? Ryan, what did he do for that?
Not much. 30 receptions, 324 yards.
Yeah.
So
he's a D-.
Second rounder. I will give him a D+. But yeah, he underperformed for.
The only reason he doesn't fail is because of the upside, and also the lack of playing time, because he was playing behind Keenan Allen, Quentin Johnston, and Ladd McConkey. That's the third one. So
you got a D. That's a failing grade. You're not passing with a D, Luke.
I've passed with D's before. I passed with a D in school before.
Oh my goodness, public school. My goodness.
You went to public school.
I did, but a D's a failing grade.
You can pass with a D. There's a reason why F means fail and D doesn't. D means demerit. I don't know what D is. R.J. Harvey.
R.J. Harvey came in and was looking great. He didn't have a good game at the the final game of the regular season, but I think you have some potential there. Harvey at least gets a passing grade for me. I am going to go C+, B, no, B minus, a little better.
I'm going with a C, just average, right off across the board. Maybe see what happens when he gets more opportunities, but at the same time, he's going to be playing behind... what's his name? He's going to be playing behind J.K. Dobbins for a couple more years, probably. Now, Dobbins has a history of getting injured, so, Harvey, maybe Harvey is a potential steal in fantasy drafts going forward, but... Okay. We're into the third round now. Headlining the third round is Harold Fannin, tight end for the Browns. No one saw him coming. Everyone thought Njoku was still going to be the guy.
Fannin became the panic button. He had many a week where he had double-digit targets. I think Fannin in the third round, I think you got to give him an A- here. Little ambitious.
I was thinking A, but I think A- is actually a little bit more fair. So he was a QB safety blanket once again. I don't think he's going to be getting the targets that he has been used to going forward, simply because hopefully now either of these rookies for the Browns, whoever's starting next year, hopefully they'll feel a little more comfortable pushing the ball down the field to receivers. But he made the most of the high volume he was getting, and he was probably not only the most impressive rookie tight end, he was top 3 to 5 tight end, probably in the league. When it was all said and done, I mean, Trey McBride was better, obviously. Maybe Brock Bowers is better.
Fannin finished 6th in tight end points for fantasy in our league, so yeah.
But he wasn't even the starter until way later on. He was the starter maybe week 6. So, yeah, Fannin A-, I think is pretty fair. We'll shout out Isaac Tesla for the Lions.
Yeah, you got to see.
He scored whenever he got the ball, only 239 yards, but 6 touchdowns. But I've seen a lot of high touchdown, low volume players before, and they almost never actually pan out. So give him a C-. Caleb Johnson, running back for the Steelers. Remember him? Remember him from fantasy drafts, Ryan?
Yeah.
F. I'm giving him an F.
Nope. I don't know if I can give him an F. I give him at least a D- though.
Yeah.
He just wasn't utilized.
So there was a lack of opportunity, but there was also a lack of production, and that's not a good thing.
28 attempts, 69 yards.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, D-.
F.
Okay.
All right, we're starting to get into the weirder territory. Yeah, Dylan Gabriel.
And we are.
You go first.
We're skipping over Jalen Milroe, the QB for the Seahawks.
I wonder why, Ron.
Donald came in, and yeah. So, anywho, Dylan Gabriel is
an odd player.
Interesting. He did well when he threw the ball, but he didn't throw a lot. So
he was only the starter for how many games?
He played more games than Sanders. I think he started for 10, and Sanders only started for 8.
No, because they had Joe Flacco when the season started.
Well, I don't know how many games he started then. 1 and 5. This says 10 games.
Right, so he appeared in 10 games. I think they had a package early on in the season that included him even when he wasn't the starter. I can find it real quick. He started 6 games.
Yeah. Dylan Gabriel.
C-. That's as far as,
He gets a passing grade. He's a rookie QB put onto a quote-unquote subpar team. So yeah. He did something, had a positive touchdown to interception ratio. I think you give him a passing grade. C.
Yeah. Headlining the 5th round, Shamire DK, wide receiver for the Titans.
I mean, 48 receptions, 423 yards. He did things where you drafted him. I think you get C+. 4th round receiver, actually contributing to a team.
I give him a C, and the thing about him was he contributed a lot on special teams, and that definitely helped him. That helps his stock here. He's a Pro Bowler for returning. He's going to the Pro Bowl as a return specialist. So he was doing real well at kick returns. I think he returned 2 for touchdowns. So, Bashal Tootin, running back for Jacksonville. He was the very next pick. Low body of work, but I liked what I saw when he was on the field. So I'll give him a C minus.
Yeah, he's a C. He passed.
Cam Scattaboo.
Scattaboo, I want to give him a C plus, and I'll tell you why. He runs angry, and he injured himself. Well,
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to. He's got a lot going against him on this, right? So, like I said, the third metric is upside and growth. The problem with Scattaboo is how long is he going to be in the NFL for before he is permanently injured? And it's not only that, so his injury is brutal too. He's got a dislocated ankle, and that's a brutal injury. So it'll be hard to see if he comes back the same player. And then at the same time, what is his upside is really tough to figure out. But when he was on the field, he was electric. So I want to give him a C plus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Woody Marks, next running back up, 116th pick, went to the Texans. Basically their starter at the midway mark of the season.
4th round pick, Woody Marks. I give him a B minus for this. I'm not a huge fan of Woody Marks, but he did rather well for the Texans to come in and be a serviceable running back for a 4th rounder. So, yeah, B minus.
Give him a C plus. He looked good at certain points, but at the same time he's playing on the Texans, who ever since, Joe Mixon was looking good for them, but then this season, the offensive line, their run blocking was just horrible, just putrid. Just Marks or Nick Chubb are getting the ball, and they're instantly getting touched in the backfield.
Gross.
So you basically have to make a man miss immediately if you want to rush for any positive yards behind the Texans' offensive line. So I think C plus is fair for him. Okay, where is the guy I'm looking for?
Aomeyer at the end of the 4th round.
Yep. Yeah, we can talk about him. So, not as good as DK in my opinion, because he's not a special teams contributor either, and he had about the same production. So, I go D plus.
Oh, I thought he passed for a rookie wide receiver. A Wookiee wide receiver. In the 4th round. So, yeah, C.
Okay. The 5th round, Shedeur Sanders, I guess, is the one that we gotta talk about. So Shedeur Sanders obviously went to Cleveland, became the starter towards the end of the season. 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
He threw the ball more than Gabriel, though.
I don't think. Yeah. So Shedeur is going to be all about upside, right? He went to 2. He was Jackson State and then Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
So he didn't play in any huge conferences. Didn't play that many big games in college. So the NFL is definitely going to be taxing on a guy like that. So I'll go with a C. I'll give him a C. I don't remember what I gave Gabriel, but I'll give Shedeur a C.
Sanders is a C plus for me.
Yeah.
Took over midway through the season, and it's not a good touchdown to interception ratio, but better than some.
Okay, so I'm just gonna jump to the highlight ones now, and then if there are a couple that you want to shout out at the end, we can oblige that. Tyler Loop.
No. I'm still looking in the 5th round for Gadsden.
Okay.
165. He went 5th rounder as a tight end to the Chargers, and he contributed somewhat to the team. 664 yards, 50-ish receptions, and 3 TDs. So for a 5th round pick, he was rather serviceable. C plus, almost a B minus. Almost.
I'll give him a C minus. And I'm looking at the 7th round. 7th round was,
jumping down.
I mean, like I said, if there are players you want to shout out,
Devin Neal in the 6th round?
I guess you can shout out Devin Neal. You Saints fan, you.
He is a Saints guy who came in when their lead back got hurt, and he did all right. Just under 4 yards a carry. Just under 4 yards a carry, So I give him a passing grade. C.
I will give him a C- as well.
Oh my goodness.
I will continue to give C- out. So in the 7th round, Quinn Ewers ended up being the starter for Miami. He started, I think, 3 games? Either 2 or 3 games. I think it was 3 games. And he ended with 622 yards. Decent completion percentage. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But 2 of those interceptions were in 1 game. He threw 2 picks in his first game, and then he looked good on the second game. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Miami. Like I said, do they go after a free agent QB or do they draft a new guy? Because they're probably not going to roll into next season with Quinn Ewers being their number 1 QB. But I think there's some upside there. He played well he played well at Texas. Was he Texas? He was Texas. So he played well at Texas. I remember there was some controversy between him and Arch Manning, I think it was, for who should be the starter, and Ewers fended him off and kind of defended that title. So I will give him a C. I think there's some upside there.
Ewers for me is a C+ for what he did, but for the organization, he is a D- because he showed just enough to say, hey, he might be the guy.
Right. Okay, Kyle Monangai for the Bears.
Monangai, this for the Bears is going to be an A- for me. Kyle Monangai in the 7th round came in and was basically the 1B to Swift. So Monangai came in mid-season-ish, where he started really getting some carries and really helped the Bears push the offense with his aggressive running.
Yeah. He's an undersized back, but when you watch him, between him and Swift, you were trying to guess who is the power back between the two. Monangai is the smaller back, but he runs with a lot of fury, and
he doesn't juke. He figures,
he runs through people.
I'll just run right through you.
He's a grown man for sure, and I'm going to give him a B+. I love the upside, though. He did just lose his running back coach, but I love the upside, and hopefully he'll be able to build off of this season. And I love that the Bears have him for only $1 million a year.
You're crazy for not giving him an A.
I can't give him an A.
You're crazy.
All right, Tez Johnson.
I don't want to talk about him.
Tez Johnson, I am grading almost solely based off of upside because once the receivers for Tampa Bay all got healthy, he didn't see the field again pretty much. But he had 5 touchdowns on the season. He was scoring when he got the ball. He's an undersized receiver, but he produced when he was given the opportunity, so I'm just hoping he gets the opportunity going forward. And I give him a C+.
D+ from me. He doesn't have opportunity, and he's not going to be utilized, at least.
What if they trade away Chris Godwin?
He is the 7th round wide receiver, and you're playing with Ed Buka, who...
What if they trade away Chris Godwin? That's the talk that's happening right now. A lot of people think that Godwin's out.
I don't know.
Okay, final player that we're going to talk about is Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, 245th pick, went to Washington, 805 yards. I believe it's 8 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You got nothing?
No, well, we were talking, and Merritt was someone that I was not high on, but looking back on the stats, he did better than I thought and come in as a 7th round rookie running back. I think you have to go B+ here on the sole merit of he might be the guy going forward now. So
yeah. I mean, it's hard to give when you have a running back that you get in the 7th round, especially in the late 7th round, that gives you potential. It's hard to give them like a really poor grade because as long as they did anything when they were given opportunities, like that's basically a pass for a 7th rounder. So I give him a C. I'll cut it right down the middle. Okay, that was the rookie report card. Took longer than I thought it would, but
Can
that's
we
the price.
shout out the one defensive player that I know, Carson Schristringer for the Cleveland Browns, second-round rookie linebacker, and led the rookies for combined tackles at 156. The next person was at 106, so this guy was played and utilized, and the Browns actually have a decent defense. So look to him and the Browns next year as potential best defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, we'll see. Their offense needs to figure it out so the defense isn't constantly on the field.
You can't have everything, Luke.
Okay, so that was the rookie report card. Let's go ahead and go to our previews.
Transition. Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
Okay, conference championship week. Obviously, second to last week of the season. This is the last week where we're going to be previewing multiple games. And then we've just got the Super Bowl after this. So
Super Bowl. Oh, we're not going to do the Pro Bowl flag football champion?
no, we will be off next week. We will do our reacts, and then we will not be doing a regular episode next week. So
Some radio silence.
yeah, which, you know what, we've been pretty consistent this year compared to years in the past. So, you know, we deserve a bye week. It's just like the NFL. So we've got both games obviously are on Sunday. That's why it's called Championship Sunday. We've got the Patriots at the Broncos. 16-3 for the Patriots. The Broncos ended 15-3. It's 2 p.m. It's the earlier of the two games. I wonder why. Maybe because this one's the least exciting one, or the less exciting one.
Just because the starting quarterback for one team gets hurt does not mean it's not going to be exciting.
There's the storyline. The storyline is Jarrett Stidham has to start for the Broncos because the refs screwed the Bills out of the game, and then the NFL paid the price with Bo Nix getting injured.
100% would have been more interesting if the Bills were in here, but
Especially because the Bills and the Patriots went split in the regular season.
yeah.
So
one starting quarterback's out. What do you think the line is?
all right, yeah, I guess we are gonna we're gonna jump to betting.
I mean, we can talk more about the game, but I mean,
I'm gonna go New England 7.5.
New England 4.5. Actually,
That's a stupid line. That's a stupid line, Vegas.
So I would probably bet that 4.5 over under at 42.5.
I would bet that over money line.
Yeah. So look to make some value for the spread this week. 4.5 on Yahoo.
I don't know. I legitimately don't know what they could be taking into account on that because
Denver's defense?
yeah, but here's the thing: the Patriots just beat the Texans, who have a way better defense than the Broncos do. The Texans have the best defense in the league.
I have no idea what
do they think that Stidham isn't going to give away the ball just as much as C.J. Stroud did? Because he probably is going to give the ball away just as much as C.J. Stroud did.
Oh, you could come in and do something.
Patriots defense is legit too.
Yeah.
So Troy Franklin, Pat Bryant are questionable for the Broncos, and then for the Patriots, Garrett Bradbury, the center's questionable. Harold Landry on defense. Christian Ellis, Carlton Davis. Wow, 3 actually pretty major defensive players are questionable for them. So Carlton Davis is their number one corner. Christian Ellis, Harold Landry, linebackers, they're pretty impactful as well. So, you know what's funny about this, Ryan, is last week when we were previewing the Denver game, I was doing the injuries, and I said Denver has stayed pretty remarkably healthy throughout this season. Did I curse them? Did I cause the Bo Nix injury when I said that? Did I jinx them?
Yes, Luke. It was because of you that happened.
I'm just saying, you know, I made that comment, and then they lost their quarterback, and they won, so they still have to go.
Yeah.
They've got a decent amount of players on IR, I'll say, but I don't think there's any super impactful players that are on IR. Well, there's one. Fullback Michael Burton is on IR. They've got Adam Prentice filling in for him, but Michael Burton, he used to be a Bear.
Huh? What? Didn't he play Batman? Oh, no, that was Keaton. Okay.
It's not even sort of kind of similar last names. Okay, so yeah, this one, I mean, I would love to see the Broncos have a Cinderella story. And as a Bears fan, I'll say I'm a little selfish because Twitter people are annoying, especially when it comes to talking about Caleb Williams and quarterbacks. So if Bo Nix would have won the Super Bowl, or if Drake May wins the Super Bowl, I'm going to have to deal with a lot of, oh, see, the Bears could have drafted Drake May or Bo Nix, and they'd be playing in the Super Bowl, because that's the only thing that matters, because quarterback is the only thing that determines whether or not your team goes to the Super Bowl. So That being said, I think I'm going to pull for the Broncos to win it all. I don't think they'll win it all, but they're the team I'm going to choose to root for now because I like a Cinderella story, and if they do win the Super Bowl, Bo Nix will be, sitting at home. Well, he'll be sitting at the game, but he'll be sitting. He will not be playing, so I won't have to deal with Twitter trolls. So yeah, I'm pulling for Denver. But that being said, Patriots are going to win this game, and it's going to be a handed victory. I'd give it. You know what? I want to do real score predictions.
Oh, do you now? Okay.
We haven't done these in a while.
Over-under's at 42.5.
Yeah, that doesn't scare me.
Okay.
I'm going to go Patriots 28. Broncos 6. They get a garbage time touchdown. They go for 2. They don't get it.
Okay. I'm Patriots 24. Broncos, we'll go 14. 2 tutties.
Yeah. What I meant to say was DFS wise. DFS wise, I like Kayshon Boutte, 4,500 of your 50,000 budget. He has been getting red hot in the playoffs, so shout that player out. Okay, anything else on this game?
No.
Okay. Sunday night, 5:30 p.m. Got the 14-5 Rams at the 15-3 Seahawks, who Seahawks and Broncos both got their bye week, so that factors into these records. Home game for the Seattle. Seattle completely and totally dismantled the 49ers. The Rams narrowly survived the Bears, trying to pull off another Cinderella win at the last second. Mm-hmm. Stafford did not look good. Stafford has not looked good through these playoffs, I gotta say. They barely beat the Panthers, they barely beat the Bears, and now they have to go play a division rival who has been red hot the last few weeks. Betting odds, I'm going to go 2.5 Seattle.
Ooh, are you sure about that?
Yes.
It is 2.5.
Ah, you tried to deter me. I'm not falling for your crap.
I was just asking if you were sure.
I ain't falling for it.
Seattle minus 2.5, over under at 46.5. And this game's pretty split on who people think are going to win. So 52% favor the Rams for Yahoo.
Yeah. You know who's actually remarkably healthy is the Rams. The Rams do not have, any injuries. It's actually incredible.
Key player injuries.
At this point of the season, no, even that. They've got 4 players on IR on their entire team. That's crazy at this point of the season. Mm-hmm. So the Rams are super healthy, but Seattle's so good. Seattle has no running backs. That's their biggest problem. Kenneth Walker is going in this a one-man band. Sam Darnold, he's still nursing that oblique injury, but he looked just fine against the 49ers. And then the Seahawks defense, that's just what makes the offensive job so easy. So
debatably the best defense in the NFL.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. This game will be 1,000 times more competitive than the Broncos Patriots, and it should be. You remember the last time these two teams played in Seattle, the Seahawks just snuck out the win. They scored and then went for 2 in overtime, and they got it, and that was why they won the game. So that being said, I think I like Seattle in this one, and I think their team is just in a way better. Their momentum is completely swinging their way compared to the Rams right now. The Rams, they've been winning games, but they're just barely escaping these wins. And when you're barely sneaking out wins, especially in the playoffs, and you keep having to go on the road, this will be their 3rd road game in 3 weeks. I think that just wears down on you, and I don't know. Am I wrong in thinking that? Am I wrong in thinking that the momentum is all in Seattle's favor?
I kind of like the Rams here because it's a division rival, you could say. I don't really know their division too well, but the Rams know how to play the Seahawks. Was 5, 6, 7 years ago when you had that awesome Seahawk defense, the Rams went in there and performed. So I think the Rams are going to do all right in this. I want a game where we just have scores. I want this game to be 50-50 and go to overtime. I want this to be phenomenal.
The Seahawks defense isn't going to allow this to be 50-50.
I know, but I want it to be.
But I want it.
Even so, the Rams have by the numbers, the best offense in football. So they're number one in points scored per game. So I think Seattle's going to give up a little bit more than they thought. I'm actually going to have the Rams winning this one.
All right. By how much?
Rams are going to win by field goal, 27-24.
Okay. I am going to go 24. I'm going to go 24-17, and I'm going to take the Seahawks.
Yeah, you're going to smash that under? What are you doing?
It's two solid defense. The Rams defense can be exposed. Seahawks defense can't be, though. And the momentum, I just don't. The Seahawks have everything going for them right now.
Puka Nacua going to go for 200 yards.
Which brings us to the next segment. Let's go to the props department. Okay, so props department, this is a betting segment where we talk about player prop bets, and we basically just pick the ones that we feel pretty confident about this week. Last week we got a little bit of redemption. McCaffrey did not get his receiving line, and I took the under on that. Puka did not get his receiving line. Ryan took that. I took the complete opposite, so Ryan gets vindicated there.
Vindication.
CJ Stroud, it depended on what platform you bet the under on for his yards, but he did hit the over on his yards on some platforms. So it just kind of depends on what you were betting on. DeAndre Swift got his rushing yards, so Ryan was correct on that one.
What?
I don't think Stafford got his passing yards, but I'm not actually sure on that one. So
Stafford got 258 passing yards, and the line was 267, and I picked the under.
Okay, so didn't get that one.
Snuck in there.
Or no, you took the under. Okay, so you did get that one.
All three of mine hit.
All right. So the only one of mine that didn't hit was, the CJ Stroud one. It depends on where you were betting, but the one that didn't hit for me was Puka, which we went split on, and then I'm just glad McCaffrey got 39 receiving yards in the first half. His line was 51, and then he didn't get another one he didn't get another reception in the second half. And I felt vindication for the first time in a while because that line was hitting for so long, betting under on his receiving yards. And then last week, or 2 weeks ago, he completely screwed me and just got this 30-yard reception that completely voided a bunch of my bets. So anyways, this week, we've got some ones. Some of these I'm very confident in, and some of them I'm less confident in. So I'll start with my first one. This one I'm very confident in. Jarrett Stidham, over 0.5 interceptions.
So he will throw at least one interception.
He will throw one interception.
Is what you're saying. Which, for a playoff game, kind of makes sense. I mean, last chance at the season, it might be a fourth quarter Hail Mary interception, but...
Yeah. Well, it's also the game narrative, right? You have a guy, and here's the thing. I would love to see him pull a Nick Foles, right? Here's the difference. Nick Foles had many years as a starter under his belt by the time he came into Philadelphia, and he got a couple games before the playoffs started to play for the Eagles. Stidham, this will be his fifth career start. His fifth career start will be the AFC Championship game. New England is 8th against quarterbacks. So I think and New England's defense in the secondary, they've got some ball hawks. So one way or another, he's going to throw a bad ball that's going to get picked. It's either going to get batted and picked, he's just going to throw it right to him. Something's going to happen. An interception is very likely. So
you're being extremely negative, and I will continue that. Jarrett Stidham, under 199.5 passing yards. I feel it's a pretty safe line.
Yeah, I like it.
A backup quarterback to underperform on for a really good defense. So,
all right, and I will do my next one. Jarrett Stidham under. No, I'm just kidding.
Again, rushing yards.
Every pick is just Jarrett Stidham under whatever.
Oh, we should have done that. I want to change the rest of mine now.
So my next one, So here's how my three are going. I'm going with the one I'm most confident in was Jarrett Stidham, and now the next one is going to be the one I'm middle of the road in confidence, and then the third one is less confident, but still going to bet it on at least one or two different pick sets. So the one I'm medium confident on, Kayshon Boutte, over 36.5 receiving yards. So I shotted him out for DFS, and 36.5 receiving yards, is a pretty good line for him, considering that the 2 playoff games he's played so far, he got 66 and 75 receiving yards. He's not getting a lot of receptions, but apparently he just needs the one big one. He just needs that one big 40-yard reception every week, and he'll continue to hit his line because they're pricing him at the middle of mid 36 yards. So I like Booty. I think that...
Oh, do you now? We're going to clip that one.
I like him as a player. He's pretty explosive, and that's why he's got this line compared to the body of work over the last couple games. But I think he's been Drake May's guy in these playoffs. Diggs has been good too, but when they need a big play, they go to Booty. So I feel good about this one, yeah.
Okay, I don't hate it. I mean, the Patriots like to pass the ball around, so one can assume all the targets won't go to their best receiver, Stephon Diggs, right now. So, yeah, it's a fair line. My next one is going to be a running back from the Patriots, and it's going to be Trayvon Henderson. On Sleeper, they had him over-under at 9.5 rushing attempts. And let me tell you, he has done under that only twice this year in the games that he's played. So I'm feeling a little confident about this. It's going to be a game where they're probably going to be up, want to run out the clock and run the ball more. And why not put in your rookie running back to see what he can do? So,
yeah,
Trayvon Henderson, 9.5 attempts, picking the over.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I'll have to see about whether or not I am willing to do it in some of my picks, but I'll go to my next one. This is the one that, like I said, I'm probably the least confident in this one, but still confident enough that I'm going to be betting on it because the numbers are with me. The math don't lie, but the line is, they made the line, to me the line is perfect on this one, so it's a 50-50 shot, I think, and it's Kenneth Walker. 85.5 rushing yards. I'm taking the over on that.
That's
so
a lot.
It's a lot, but the last 2 weeks, 116 yards against San Francisco, 97 yards against San Francisco, and then the last time they played the Rams, 100 yards. So even with Charbonnet playing against the Rams a few weeks ago, he still got 100 yards. So, and the Rams can be run on. They're 12th against running backs. They've got the weakest run defense out of any team that's left in the playoffs. So, and I think that the Seahawks defense is going to be too much for the Rams, and I think that the Seahawks, I think there's a good shot they find themselves in a situation where they're looking to just run the clock out. I think they're going to get into clock management mode, and that's going to be Kenneth Walker's time to shine because no one else is going to get the ball. Because, like I said, he's the lone running back that's healthy. I don't even know who they're going to, at this moment, I don't know who they're going to elevate to the active roster to be his backup. So
they re-signed Marshawn Lynch.
He would too.
Yep, no, fair line. I don't hate it.
The line is perfect. It's exactly where they wanted it to be because they know that it's basically a 50-50 shot on whether or not it'll hit or not. They could not have picked a better number to have it set at.
Ooh, what about 86? What about 80?
No.
Yeah, okay,
85.5 was perfect.
Okay. My last one, wide receiver for the... No, not Los Angeles Rams. I was going to say St. Louis, but that's been a number of years now. Devontae Adams, receiving yards at 49.5. And I think he's going to hit the over on this one. This is an outlier, and usually when you go against a tough defense, you click your panic button, which is Puka Nacua. So, I'm not confident about this, but Adams has had a couple subpar games recently, and he's due to bounce back. Same with Stafford, so.
Okay. Yeah, that one will be... I don't know if I'm confident to do that one, but...
Hey,
there's a chance, There's always a chance with these.
Gotta spend money to make money.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta throw crap at a wall and see if it sticks. So that'll do it for this episode. This was the props department. This was Couch Football. Reminder: we will be doing our Couch Reacts episode, and then it's gonna be radio silence for a week. You know what? That might actually be a good time to upload the Bears season summary video / reaction to the Rams game. Maybe I'll just have to rewatch the Rams game to keep it fresh in my head until then.
If you want to cry again, go ahead and watch it.
All right. I didn't cry. I held back tears and punched walls.
It was hot. My eyes were sweating.
The house is all the insulation has been ripped out of these walls. That was me. So, all right, thanks for listening, and we will be back in 2 weeks.
Yep. Bye.